Welcome, everybody. Thank you for spending a little time with me today. I want to start with a question. What would happen financially to your family if you didn't make it home tonight? Now, I know it's not a pleasant thing to think about, but every parent has already thought about it at some point because the moment you become a parent, your priorities change. You stop worrying about yourself and you start worrying about everyone who depends on you. Today isn't about selling insurance. Today is about helping families understand the financial risks most people don't discover until it's too late. And by the end of this workshop, you'll know exactly where your family stands. By the way, if you'd ever like a complimentary benefits review to better understand the coverage you currently have, my contact information is listed below. Now, before we get started, let me tell you why I'm passionate about this. I sit with families on a daily basis. Good work families, hardworking families, families doing everything right. Yet over and over again, I hear the same thing. I thought I had enough coverage. I thought my benefits for work were enough. I thought we'd be okay. The problem isn't that people don't care. The problem is nobody has ever taught them how protection actually works. Most people spend more time searching a television than they do planning on their family's financial future. That's why we're here today. Our first section is how long could your family survive without your income? How long could your family survive if your paychecks start tomorrow? Would it be 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, a year? Most families immediately think about bills, mortgage, rent, car payments, utilities, groceries, cell phones, childcare. But here's what's interesting. Many families don't realize their largest asset isn't their home. It's not their car. It's not even their retirement account. Their largest asset is their ability to earn income. Think about that. If you earn 50,000 a year and work around 20 years, that's $1 million of future income. If you earn 75,000 a year, that's 1.5 million. Most people insure their car, most people insure their house, but many people leave their $1 million income completely exposed. I once met a father, great guy, worked hard every day. He told me, "Jesse, I have life insurance through work. I'm good." When we reviewed everything together, he discovered his employer only provided 1 year's salary. His income was 60,000. His family needed almost a million to replace the future income he would have earned. He wasn't uninsured by a little, he was underinsured by nearly $1 million, and he had no idea. So the number one question is, how long could your family survive without your income? And if you're not sure, write that down. Question number two. Would your employer benefits actually be enough? This surprises a lot of people. Many employees assume that their workplace coverage solves the problem. But let's examine that. If your employee gives you 1 times salary, 2 times salary, maybe even 3 times salary, would it be enough to pay off a mortgage, credit cards, car loans, student loans, future college expenses? For many families, the answer is no. And there's another issue. What happens if you change your job? What happens when you retire? What happens if your employer benefits change? Many workers' plans don't follow you. I met her mother recently who had coverage through work. She was confident, but then she switched employers. The old policy disappeared, and the new benefits hadn't started yet. For several months, she had no protection. Most people don't realize how vulnerable those transitions can be. The purpose of employer benefits is a supplement protection, not a personal plan. That's why it's important to understand exactly what you have. Which brings us to question three. Would inflation change everything? Most people bought coverage years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, but the cost of living changes dramatically. The same amount of money buys less today than it did years ago. Imagine a family that purchased 100,000 of coverage years ago, but at the time, it sounded like a lot. Today, funeral costs alone can consume a significant portion. Mortgage balances, daily living expenses, children still need food. The bills don't stop. Inflation silently reduces purchasing power. Brian Tracy often talks about protecting your future self. The decisions we make today determine the options we'll have tomorrow. Protection, it works the same way. The best time to prepare is before there's a need, because once the need exists, your opportunity is gone. Let's do a quick self-assessment. Give yourself 1 point for every yes answer. Do you know exactly how much coverage you have? Do you know how long your family could survive without your income? Do you know whether your employer coverage follows you? Have you reviewed your protection within the last 2 years? Have you accounted for inflation? Do you know whether your family would have enough money to stay in the home? Do you know who your beneficiaries are? If you scored 0 to 2, you probably have some major gaps. If you scored 3 to 5, you may have some protection, but you need a review. And if you scored 6 to 7, you're ahead of most families. At this point, some people watching today are thinking, I'm probably okay. Others are thinking, I honestly have no idea. And that's normal. The purpose of this workshop isn't to convince anyone to buy. The purpose is to help you understand where you stand, because uncertainty is expensive. The families who suffer the most financially aren't always the families who didn't care. They're the families who assumed everything was already handled. And I'll leave you with this. Life insurance isn't really about death. It's about love. It's about promise. It's about making sure the people you care about most have choices when you need them. Because the true value of protection isn't measured when everything goes right. It's measured when life doesn't go according to plan. If today's workshop caused you to realize that you have questions, that's a good thing. Questions create awareness. Awareness creates action. And action creates security. Thank you for spending time with me. I appreciate you. I want you to take care of your family, and I'll see you in the next one.